of a county assembly, the Senate, as well as the National Assembly. Pursuant to standing orders of the Senate, standing orders number 53, subsection 1, a couple of senators are set to seek statements before various standing committees. Given priority is Senator Crystal Asige, who will be seeking a statement from the Standing Committee on Matters Education regarding the rampant discrepancies in the 2023 Kenya Certificate of Primary Education results. The Senator for Nairobi County, Senator Edin Sifuna, will be seeking a statement from the Standing Committee on Matters Finance and Budget concerning the restrictions imposed on taxpayers by the Kenya Revenue Authority, KRA. The Senator for Kisumu County has two statements, or rather will be seeking two statements. One statement is from the Standing Committee on Matters Roads, Transportation and Housing concerning the state of operational capacity of the Kisumu International Airport. And the second statement is from the Standing Committee on Matters Trade, Industrialization and Tourism regarding trade and the viability of the Kisumu International Airport. The Senator for Tana River, the Senator for Turkana County, Senator James Lomenen, will be seeking a statement from the Standing Committee on Matters National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations regarding to the insufficiency of the National Police Reservists in curbing insecurity in Turkana County and the surrounding regions.
We have no quorum. We do have quorum. Inside the house. I don't want to go by what Senator Gloria is telling me, that there are two outside the... Good. Now that we do have quorum, Clerk, can we proceed to call the first order, please?
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Now, honorable senators, I would like to acknowledge the presence in the speakers gallery this afternoon, a visiting delegation from the Institute of Economic Affairs in Kenya. The delegation comprises members of staff and students who are in the Senate for a one-day visit. Honorable senators, on behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, I extend a warm welcome and wish them a fruitful visit. I will allow the majority leader under 1 minute to extend words of welcome to welcome the delegation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would wish to join you in welcoming this team by the Institute of Economic Affairs in Kenya that is on a visit to the Senate of the Republic this afternoon. Mr. Speaker, if I am not mistaken, this is a think tank led by Dr. Kwame Owino, or probably, I think so. Yes, and I can see them nod. When we had deliberations on the cost of living at the National Dialogue Committee, Mr. Speaker, one of the institutions that I really enjoyed their presentation is this particular Institute of Economic Affairs in Kenya. I may not agree with entirely what they say about the state of our economy and the interventions being made, but it is not for lack of good intention on their part. There may be divergence on views, but they mean well for this country. And I agree with them 90%, especially in the diagnosis of how we found ourselves here as a country. We maybe differ on the approach to get Kenya out of the current economic situation. But in my years as a member of Budget and Finance Committee, I used to look forward to the memorandums they'd share each time we had bills before us. So I wish the delegation that is before us this afternoon well, as they interact with the Senate, the senators, very professional staff of the Senate, and the things that they are doing here. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Next order, please.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions.
The Chairperson Standing Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Human Rights. Senator Boni, are you a member of that committee? Okay. So then we will drop that and proceed to the next order, Clerk. Okay, Senator Dulo, I called. If you wish to present the reports on behalf of your committee, can you proceed?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, I beg to lay the following petition report on the table of the Senate today, 29th November 2023. Report to the Senate on petition by Honorable Simon Lenguya concerning the academic qualification required for one to be a Speaker of the County Assembly, the Senate, or the National Assembly. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Next order, Clerk. Majority Leader, you may consult, but kindly keep it on the down low. Thank you. Next order, Clerk.
Order number 5, papers.
The Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the Senate today, 29th of November, 2023. This is a report of the Auditor General in the financial statement of Mwingi Level 4 Hospital, the county government of Kitui, for the year ended 30th June 2022. I thank you.
Next order, Clerk.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honorable Senators, we're now going to call the statements. These are the requests for statements pursuant to Standing Order 53-1. The Honorable Senator Christo Asige.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Speaker. I rise pursuant...
Honorable Senators, may Senator Christo Asige be heard in silence. Senator Boni.
Silence.
Kindly.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education over the rampant discrepancies in the Kenyan Certificate of Primary Education, KCPE, 2023 results released by NEC. In the statement, the committee should provide comprehensive data on all instances of erroneous marking and grading of candidates from the KCPE results, specifically addressing cases where incorrect marks were awarded, wrong subjects were graded, and questionable results published, and whether NEC has looked into each issue. Explain why there were discrepancies in marks received by candidates on the NEC portal and through the SMS service provider, detailing to the Senate gaps that caused the errors and how they've been addressed. Explain why candidates that received marks for subjects they did not sit for, which has since been explained by NEC as a misalignment, and explain the impact of such misalignments on affected candidates. Explain the steps, if any, that the Ministry of Education, together with NEC and other stakeholders, plan on taking to resolve all complaints and unreported cases of discrepancies before conducting the secondary school selection without, excuse me, Chair. Let me take that again. Explain the steps, if any, that the Ministry of Education, together with NEC and other stakeholders, plan on taking to resolve all complaints and cases of discrepancies before conducting the secondary school selection process so as to not disadvantage the affected learners. Clarified the protocol and timeline available to candidates for contesting their results and addressing their needs and concerns, and the steps, if any, that NEC and the Ministry of Education have taken to assist vulnerable learners, especially those in marginalized communities across the country, who may not have the access of information and resources to make these complaints. Thank you.
Senator Edwin Sifuna. That statement is dropped. Senator Lomenan. Senator Lomenan. What is the Senator Methu? By now you must be aware of and fully knowledgeable on the standing orders. You certainly cannot stand on a point of order. Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, as you drop that particular statement, I think, and I have been to the table of the clerks here, because I know Senator Asige has been seeking to be sent that statement so that she can read it on behalf of Senator Sifuna, and it has not been sent to her. Since I came in this afternoon, because she sent me to come and ask this secretariat to send it to her, it has not been sent to her. So I think it was not fair to drop it because somebody was standing in for Senator Sifuna. Only that the statement has not been sent to her so that she can be able to read.
Well, Honorable Methu, you know, that does not help the situation. As far as I'm concerned, I've called out this particular senator. There is nobody holding his brief, and therefore the statement stands dropped. Senator Lomenan.
Honourable Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security.
Deputy Speaker, I would want to rule you out of order. Be a good example. Proceed, Senator Lomenan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee of National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations regarding the insufficiency of national police reservists in curbing insecurity in Turkana County and surrounding regions. In the statement, the committee should, 1, state the number of national police reservists (NPRs) currently deployed in Turkana County and its border areas, including the regions bordering Uganda, Ethiopia, Southern Sudan, Samburu, Baringo, and West Pokot. 2, state reasons for the increased cases of commercialized banditry and highway robberies along the borders of Turkana, West Pokot, Samburu, and Baringo counties, as well as international boundaries such as Uganda, Turkana, Ethiopia, Turkana, Southern Sudan, Turkana. 3. State measures in place for reinstatement and recruitment of additional national police reservists in the affected areas, providing details on the intended number of recruits, the training process, and the projected timeline for the deployment. And 4. State measures to enhance the collaboration between the NPRs and regular security forces to combat insecurity in the region, stating the kind of support being considered, including provision of insurance coverage to the NPRs to ensure their safety and effectiveness in their roles. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Professor Tom Ojenda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise under Order 53.1 of the Standing Orders of Senate to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transport and Housing on the state of operational capacity of Kisumu International Airport. In this statement, the committee should, number 1, examine the current state of the airport and make recommendations on the upgrades needed for air traffic control systems and communication frequencies to enhance operational smoothness and safety. Secondly, review the existing airport surface lighting, including centerline and taxi lights, and assess the need for improvements to support operations under low visibility conditions. Thirdly, examine the dimensions of the runway and its ability to support various types of aircraft, and make recommendations on whether the taxiways can be extended to improve aircraft movement efficiency and accommodate large aircraft. And lastly, of course, including the roofs, if they are leaking. Lastly, assess the need for installing advanced navigation aids like the instrument landing systems, ILS, to enhance precision approaches and overall safety and efficiency of airport operations. Mr. Speaker, sir, my second statement is on the viability of Kisumu International Airport. The second statement, same subject. I rise under the 53 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism on the potential of Kisumu International Airport to handle global trade, global and regional trade. In this statement, the committee should, Mr. Speaker, evaluate the readiness of Kisumu International Airport to handle trade and business within the East African region and globally, and 2, make recommendations to enhance its competitive advantage. That's all, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Boni.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order number 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on the National Security, Defense and Foreign Affairs regarding the killing of 4 men at Ngano Farm, which is owned by the Kenya Defense Forces in Tarbo constituency, Uasin Gishu County. In the statement, the committee should, 1, explain the circumstances that led to the killings of Messrs. Kenneth Kip Kimei, Shadrach Kip Kimei, Daniel Kipotich, and Cornelius Kip Koech, following an incident at Ngano Farm, which is owned by the KDF in Kiplimo Ward in Tarbo constituency, Uasin Gishu County, on the 25th of November 2023. 2, clarify whether there were any casualties from the incident and state any steps taken by the government to restore peace and tranquility in this area. 3, highlight any financial or psychological support extended by the government to the families of the deceased and to those who sustained injuries. And finally, Mr. Speaker, but not least, explain the reasons for the dispute between the owners of Kiplonda Farms and the Kenya Defence Forces, stating any long-term initiatives to address and resolve the underlying issues. I thank you.
Senator Lominan, you had one more statement to request. Kindly proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, I rise to...
Just before you make your request for statement, Sergeant Atam, kindly assist Senator Asige to approach the chair.
I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee of National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations on security enhancement along Kenya-Uganda border in Turkana County. In this statement, the committee should 1. State action taken by the government to deal with the increasing tension and security risks along the Kenya-Uganda border in Turkana County, outlining measures put in place, if any, to ensure the prompt deployment of Kenya Defence Force in the region to safeguard the lives and properties of the residents. 2. Outline any diplomatic initiatives pursued to address the violations of the Memorandum of Understanding MOU of 2018, aiming to secure and release of detained Kenya citizens in Ugandan prisons and promote peaceful coexistence among border communities. And 3. Clarify whether there are strategies implemented to enhance border security and prevent further mistreatment of or killings of individuals in Turkana County. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir.
Senator Crystal Asige.
Thank you, Speaker. This is a statement by Senator Sifuna that I'll be reading on his behalf. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on restrictions imposed on taxpayers by the Kenya Revenue Authority, KRA. In the statement, the committee should 1. Explain why KRA, through its special table, suspended value-added tax, VAT, obligations on its systems without providing adequate notification, particularly for taxpayers with credit balances or disputes with the tax collector, compromising the abilities of businesses to trade or acquire tax compliance certificates to advance their enterprises. 2. State reasons for the suspension of VAT obligations for over 1,000 taxpayers in the 4 Nairobi tax stations by the Commissioner of Domestic Taxes through the chief managers, exposing them to substantial financial penalties and subsequently jeopardizing their businesses. 3. Outline strategies, if any, implemented by the KRA to mitigate the punitive nature of unblocking suspended VAT obligations for taxpayers, confirming that penalties will be waived for the specified restricted period. And finally, number 4, elucidate on plans by the KRA to streamline VAT impotent output filing systems to prevent one taxpayer input from facing challenges during queries originating from another taxpayer output. That was from Senator Sifuna, Nairobi County MP. Thank you.
Statements now pursuant to Standing Order 56-1B. The Chairperson, Standing Committee on Agriculture and Livestock. Or any member of that committee. That is deferred. The Chairperson, Standing Committee on Devolution, Intergovernmental Relations, to proceed to make the statements. Senator Abbas, the floor is yours.
Honourable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 56(1)B, to make a statement on the activities of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations for the period commencing July to December 2023. Honourable Speaker, during the reporting period, the committee has carried out various activities. Pertaining to these mandates, as snapshot, the committee has transacted the following legislative activities. The committee considered 3 petitions which were committed to the committee. Of the 3, 2 have been concluded and 1 is pending before the committee as follows. 1 petition concerning the refurbishment of an expansion of the Kajiado municipality marketed by the county government of Kajiado is concluded. 2 petition concerning lack of implementation of resolutions to observe the contracted sectors under the economic stimulus program by the county government of Nyeri concluded. 3 petition concerning the state of insecurity in Turkana county pending. I think, Speaker, that one, I don't know how it came to my committee. Issues to do with the security, I think, should have gone to Security Committee. 3B, the committee considered the following bills, of which are still under consideration. 1, the County Government Amendment Bill 2023, Senate Bill number 25.
Senator Cherangei, what is your point of order?
Mr. Speaker,
Senator Bass, just have your seat.
Just, Mr. Speaker, I needed your indulgence under Standing Order number 1. I know you have moved to Standing Order 56. Mr. Speaker, realizing there was a statement on the issue of KCP, which is a serious national matter, the killings of some young men in my neighboring county, I needed your guidance and indulgence that at what point can you allow us, even if it is a few minutes, to just add a few clarifications on those statements. Thank you, Chair. I stand guided.
Very well. Honorable Senator, we are on statements, whether under 52, 53, or 56. All these are statements. So once we are done with all the requests being made, where the chairpersons have put their statements forward, I will allow 30 minutes for intervention from honorable senators. Senator Bass, proceed, please. What is the point of order, Senator Kenywa?
Mr. Speaker, I've listened to the chairman of devolution, and he
just
said...
have a seat, Senator Abbas.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I've listened to the chairman of devolution, and there is a statement that he was supposed to handle, and he's saying he doesn't know how that statement, Mr. Speaker, landed in his...
Senator Kenywa, allow the chairperson to present his statement. Thereafter, I will give ample time for intervention. Then you may bring out your concerns, please.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Proceed, Senator Bass.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. On the same note, the committee considered the following 2 bills, of which are still under consideration. Bill 1, the County Government Amendment Bill 2022, Senate Bill number 25 of 2023. The County Assembly Service Amendment Bill 2023, Senate Bill number 34 of 2023. C, the committee considered and concluded the following 2 legislative proposals. The County Government Amendment Bill 2023, Senate Bills number 25 of 2023, the County Assembly Service Amendment Bill 2023 Senate Bill number 34 of 2023. D, the committee considered 5 statements which were sought from the committee of 5. The committee has concluded 1, leaving 4 statements pending before the committee as follows. A statement by Senator Boni Kalole, CBS MP on the efforts of the county government of Kakamega to anchor in law the office of the first spouse, concluded. A statement by Senator Alexander Mundiki, MP on the disparity in development of the county, the Embu County, bending. A statement by Senator Agnes Kafundi, MP on the boundaries of counties, Kenya bending bill, still bending. A statement by the Senator Muhammad Chute on the handover of the machineries, motors and vehicles and unfinished projects from the Nairobi Metropolitan Services NMS to the county government of Nairobi, still pending. A statement by the Senator Muhammad Chute on the handover of unfinished projects from the 2nd to the 3rd county government of Turkana, pending. E, the committee considered the applications for conferment of the city status of the municipality of Eldoret, and the same has been finished by concluded yesterday. F, the committee initiated amendment to the Intergovernmental Relations Act of 2012 with the objective of anchoring the Secretariat of the Council of Governors and the County Assemblies Forum into law. The process is still currently ongoing. G, the committee considered matters concerning welfare, benefits and remunerations of the members of the County Assembly, MCAs, to address the issues of the committee, held consultative meetings with the various stakeholders, including the Service and Relations Committee, the County Commission, the County Assemblies Forum, and the associations of members of the County Assembly. The committee will prepare its final report and table the report. H, the committee is currently considering matters concerning the personal security and administrative issues raised by the Deputy Governor of Trans Nzoia County. The committee invited various stakeholders, including the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, the Governor of Trans Nzoia, the Deputy Governor of Trans Nzoia, to receive the submissions on the matter. The committee is actively executing the matter and shall table the report of the outcome. Honorable Speaker, the committee in future plans to conclude all identifying of the pre-2010 constitution laws in the devolved sector, laws that need to be reviewed to conform with the constitutions and making the necessary recommendations needed for the amendments. B, to look into the performance of the counties on implementation of the budget, which with a view to oversighting the utilization of the resources meant for the devolution. C, conducting a post-legislative scrutiny of the Urban Areas and Cities Act of 2011 with the objective of proposing amendments to the framework of the management and governance of the cities and urban areas. D, to look into the process of the dissolutions of the county government with a view to making a proposal on the enhanced role of the Senate in the process. And finally, to look into the current laws on the impeachment of the county governors, including the proposed impeachment procedures bill. Finally, Mr. Honorable Speaker, lastly, I wish to appreciate the office and the office of the Speaker of the clerk for the facilitation and support.